Good morning, first graders. Today we are on page 179 of your student journal, page 179. And our objective is, today I will use a make a 10 diagram to find the sum. So we did one of these in our last lesson, these make a 10 diagrams. And to find the sum, remember sum means the answer to an addition problem. So let's look at our make a 10 diagram to remind us. So in a make a 10 diagram, we took one of the addends and they've split it up into 1 plus 3. So they broke up or decomposed one of the addends. And then they added 9 plus 1, gives you 10. And then they added 3 and gets 13. Now, I could have just added 9 plus 4 and I would still get 13. But the associative property is what allows me to do this. So the associative property says a sum, meaning adding answer, is the same regardless of the grouping of the addends. So it tells us that 9 plus 4 has the same sum as 10 plus 3. So those two are the same because you're allowed to do that in adding, is you're allowed to decompose a number and then move the addends around. Okay, then they show us what an equation is and an expression. So the only difference is the equation has the equal sign and an expression doesn't have an equal sign. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here's our steps. They're quite long. And we did this yesterday, so I'm not going to follow these steps and read them to you. I'm going to let you just follow the example instead. I think it'll be easier to follow the example. Okay, so I'm going to get started with my red pen. If you want to just put your pencil down and watch for a moment. Here is my first problem. My first problem is 7 plus 8. Okay, so 7 plus 8. Now you're going to notice, boys and girls, that I'm going to use two different colored markers. When you do yours, you might want to get two different colored markers as well. Okay, so I'm going to first use this base 10 frame, and my first add-in is 7. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, my next add-in is 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so if you remember with base 10 frames, my goal is that I want to fill up my base 10 frame. I want to fill one up. Right now I have one that's not full and another one that's not full. So what I'm going to do to my base 10 frame is I'm going to take this one and move it over here. That's why I crossed it off. I'm going to take this one and move it over here. And I'm going to take that one and move it over there also. Okay, so that is my base 10 frame. Now if I look at my base 10 frame, what do I have? Now I can add, and I'm going to kind of use the counting on strategy. I have a whole base 10 filled up, which means I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's the counting on strategy. So I had 10, and then I went 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I didn't count these because they're gone. I moved them over here. Okay, so now they want us to use our we're going to use our make a 10 diagram. So ready? So what was here? We had a 7 originally, and we had an 8 originally. So all I did was wrote our problem there. So this was our because there was an equal sign, this was our equation, 7 plus 8. So our 7, they want us to move down. And then they're asking, what did we do with the 8? Well, over here I put how many of the 8? 1, 2, 3. And how many of the 8 did I leave over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what I did with the 8 is I decomposed it and broke it apart for 3 here and 5 here. So then 7 plus 3 is 10. They want me to move my 5 down because they're giving me an arrow. So my new problem is 10 plus 5. And what does 10 plus 5 equal? Well, I could do the counting on strategy again, just like I did here. Here I had 10, and then I had 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, I could even do the counting on strategy by drawing these 5 dots here and say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. But my sum is 15 in both answers. I'm sorry, in both equations. Okay, let's look at another one. Okay, this one, my problem is 8 plus 9. So my equation is 8 plus 9. Okay, so I'm going to get started. My first addend is 8. So I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, my second addend is 9. So I need to draw 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so remember my goal is to have at least one of these full. So I'm going to take this one away and put it there. I'm going to take this one away and put it here. And now I have one full base 10 frame. So now I can say, boys and girls, I can say 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So my sum is 17. So I can use that counting on strategy. Okay, they also want us to show it using a make a 10 diagram though. So what was our original equation? 8 plus 9. Okay, so what did we do with the 8? The arrow tells us we left it alone. But what did I do with the 9? I broke it up. What did we break it up into? Well, we put, how many of the 9? We put 2 of the 9 over here. And how many of the 9 did we leave over here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, because those are gone. So we put the 8 and the 2 together. They made 10. They made a base 10 frame. And then we had the 7 left over here by itself. So we have 10 plus 7 is our new equation, but our answer is still 17. Our answer is still the same, 17. Okay, let's do some of these together, friends. We are on page 180. So grab your pencil and let's go to page 180. And here is our first problem. And I'm sorry that it's getting sunny and we're getting a shadow on the video. I apologize. Okay, so let's get started. Our first equation says 9 plus 4. You might want to have 2 different colored markers, friends, or 2 different colored crayons for this. So if you need to pause the video to go get those, please go do that. Okay, so we have our first add-in is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And our second add-in is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so remember our goal is we want to fill in a base 10 frame. So let's take this one away and put it over there. Okay, so now we can use the counting on strategy and say I have 10, because this is a base 10 frame. So I have 10, 11, 12, 13. Our sum is 13. Okay, let's solve it using a make a 10 diagram. So our equation is 9 plus 4. Okay, well, what did I do to the 9? I didn't do anything. I left them where they were at. But what did we do to the 4? We put 1 over here, and we only left 1, 2, 3 here. So to the 4, we broke it up. And then what happened to my 9 plus 1? 9 plus 1 made a base 10 frame. They filled it in. And the 3 got left over there by itself. So what does 10 plus 3 equal? 13. So 10 plus 3 equals 13. Okay, let's do another one of those together, boys and girls. Our next equation is 3 plus 8. Okay, so our first add-in is 1, 2, 3. Our second add-in is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so remember we want to fill one up. So let's take this one and put it over here. Let's take that one and put it over there. Let's take that one and move it over there. Let's take that one and move it over there. Let's take that one and move it over there. And that one and move it over there. And that one and move it over there. Okay. So now I have one full base 10, so I can say I have 10 and 11. I only have one on this side, so my sum is 11. Okay, so in our make a 10 diagram, what happened? Well, our equation was 3 plus 8. And what did we do to our 3? Nothing. We left them where they were at. But what did we do to our 8? What did we do to our 8 that we drew over here? We actually moved how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We moved 7 over here, and we only left 1 over there. That's how we broke apart our 8, is we moved 7 here and left 1 there. So 3 plus 7 made our base 10 frame, and then over here we only had 1 left. And our answer is still 11 because the associative property says we can move these add-ins around. So we had 10 plus 1 also equaled 11. Okay, friends, use your examples when you do these on your own. Have a great day. Bye-bye.